Hey everybody, Rhys here with Awakening Tip number 10. And Awakening Tip number 10 is love. And love should be easy, right? I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of books written on it. And there are at least 100,000 songs written about it, maybe 1,000,000. And there are equally that many poetry written about love, and God knows there's billions of Hallmark cards written about love. So we should all totally understand love, right? Well, we do, but we don't really get it, because love is this thing that we feel sometimes when we just melt, right? We just melt. And yet, love is supposed to be what I do for you and what you do for me and how you love me and how I love you, and we're loving each other, right? And this goes back, way back to how we were taught what love really isn't. We were taught that love is like a commodity that I can give to you when you're good, which is conditional love, which has no love in it. But we give the love, and then in return, you give love back, and we are handing it back and forth. And in energy terms, at the Rhys Institute, that's what we call second chakra love. The second chakra is where we get our physical needs met, whether it be nurturance or touch or loving or, caring, or somebody walking hand in hand with us. So Hallmark love, the sort of like, I love you and I'm giving you flowers and I'm doing things. This is the giving and receiving of love, which is really in the lower chakras, in the sort of like the physical world. And that's all great until they stop giving you the love you want. And the idea that as children we learned that if you're good, you'll get love, and if you're not good, you won't get love and you won't have love. You learn that you don't have love radiating from within you, which is what real love is. So real love is actually something that you are made of. It is the unifying principle that holds all of your atoms together. It holds the whole universe together. It is why almost every song and almost every book and almost every bit of poetry and almost everything we talk about in our lives is based on this desire for union and connection and closeness with people. And so what real love is when the heart opens a doorway to the soul, and the soul just pours out. Now, of course, our souls are unconditionally loving. They are so happy that you are doing the same thing over and over and over again for the 500th time, and you haven't paid attention to the fact that it's not working. It loves you anyway. It's unconditionally loving. And so real love has no opposite. So Neil Donald Walsh talked about love being, the opposite of love being fear. Well, in real love, the opposite doesn't exist. The only opposite exists in the second chakra, where I'm either getting love or I'm afraid I'm not going to get love because I'm not going to get my need met. But the need that's filled from within you, when your soul radiates out of you and fills you, that's that melting feeling of love. And love then becomes a mystery, because there is no one way to love. Each moment calls love forward out of you in a unique and amazing and mysterious way. So tip number 10, awakening tip number 10 is love. And all we can say about love is that it's a mystery. And learning to be unconditionally loving, more like your dog, is really the goal. Your dog can teach you how to be unconditionally loving, right? Somebody, that you walk in the room and your dog's like, hey, you're here, fantastic, I love being with you, woohoo, all right? And you walk out of the room, and the next time you walk in the room, you're all angry and you're this, and the dog's like, hey, it's great to see you, you're so fantastic. And there's no conditional part of the love. And that's where the dog's soul, the dog doesn't have self-reflective consciousness where it's saying, well, if they come in and they're angry like this, then I behave like this. They don't play all those games, they just love. And so each of us have that capacity within us to just love and connect and be in that soul state, which allows every moment of the world to be a mystery. And when you feel like someone loves you and you're in a relationship with somebody and they love you and they don't seem to be behaving that way right now, don't go through your mind and say, well, they're not loving me, and that may be the best they can do. When you love like your dog, you are able to say, This is it. This is what what love is right now, and the mystery of love is being revealed to me in each moment. So, tip number 10, love. Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed that tip as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you. And I just wanted to let you know that these awakening tips, I'm going to continue to do them over the next 2 months, right up to our event, our big flagship event each year, which is called Awaken. And these awakening tips are just the tip of the iceberg as to what you're going to get in a 2-day event, May 20th and 21st, at the Holiday Inn in Dedham, Massachusetts. It's going to be awesome, and we've used that hotel before. They're fantastic. It's a great place to have it, and we are going to share with you as much as we can the experience of really being in the Rhys Thomas Institute of Energy Medicine, and these tips are just like I said, sort of like the primer for what we're doing there to sort of get you going. So if you're interested in finding out more about the live event and getting the $50 ticket. Which actually is a $50 ticket for the whole 2 days, and you can bring a friend. Click on this video, and I'd love to see you there. And you can always email support@rhysthomasinstitute.com if you have any questions or want to bring a big group. We'd love to see you there. So enjoy, and I will see you on the next tip.